Hi, hello everybody. Welcome to Viva-Mundo's second webinar of the year. I hope you're all well. I just wanted to introduce you today, Millersville University. We have been obviously promoting them online, which has been great. And today we have Smita Prabhu with us to help us introduce you to their university and institution. But before we start with the webinar, I just want to give you all a little demonstration of Zoom and what we expect from you guys. Of course, we offer you guys and we ask for you to ask questions throughout the webinar, but please do ask only in the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen, and then we will get to all of those questions at the end. Let me just tell you a little bit about Viva-Mundo and what we do as an organization. So Viva-Mundo exists to help students with the information and details required for studying abroad. And that can be anywhere in the world. Destinations, degrees, application details, visa information, and lifestyle tips. So we have everything you need to set you on the way to the next chapter in your life. So with that being said, we're also streaming on our Facebook page, the Standout page. So if you want to register there, feel free. But with everything said, I think we can hand it over to you, Smita.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Stav. So hello, everyone. I'm very excited to be here with you today. Again, my name is Ms. Smita Prabhu. I'm the Associate Director of International Admissions here at Millersville University. I am also a proud alumna of Millersville, so I did attend here for my undergraduate degree in Spanish and International Studies. And I loved it so much, I came back for my master's in language and literacy education with a focus on ESL, English as a second language. And of course, I loved it so much that now I'm here professionally. So I really enjoy working with parents and students and school counselors through the admissions process, but really educating them on the U.S. higher education system, because it is a very different system. It grants students a lot of flexibilities, which I enjoy. So at any time, as Stav said, if you have questions, please, type them in the Q&A box, and I'll be sure to address them at the end of the presentation. And also my phone and email is there as well in case you'd like to follow up with me one-on-one. All right, well, let's get to Millersville. So a few more standout facts about Millersville. We like to consider ourselves to the international world as a hidden gem, meaning we have a lot of great opportunities. We really focus on return on investment for our students. I'll draw your attention to the yellow square there. We are the #1 public university in Pennsylvania with the greatest lifetime return on investment. So what does that mean? We try to give students a great cost for their education, but also a great quality of education. So that lends itself to being able to give you some of these great standout facts about Millersville. I'll start over here on the left-hand side of the screen. 95% of our students who graduate from Millersville are employed within 6 months of graduation. So this is much higher than the national standard. So we're very proud of that. 82% of our students do receive financial assistance. We'll talk more about what international students are eligible for in the way of tuition reduction and merit-based scholarships later in the presentation. We are a very safe campus, so we are ranked 14 out of 30 on a SafeWise report. We have a beautiful kind of park-like campus, but we are not kind of in the middle of nowhere. There's a saying in the US. So we're very accessible to major cities. So many of our students enjoy that if you don't have university business, there's not going to be a lot of people just coming on and off campus that don't have business there, like a university that may be located in a downtown center. But yet you're still able to get downtown to Lancaster City very quickly. We do have 19 Division II sports. So for those of you that are interested in playing, competitively, we do have several options for you there. We also do have 48 PSAC championships under our belt. And we are ranked as number 28 in terms of public universities in the North. So that's a very highly concentrated region of universities. I think the highest amongst those in the US. So we're very proud that our ranking, again, is based on return on investment. So for what you pay, you get a very respectable degree, and we have a very high job placement rating upon graduation. This last statistic here, or I guess I have two left, 98% of our faculty have earned the highest degree in their field. We'll talk about why that's unique to Millersville a little bit later. And we do offer over 100 programs of undergraduate study, and we do offer over 20 programs of graduate study that international students are eligible for. All right. So to talk a little bit more about our great location, Millersville is really centrally located to all of the major metropolitan cities in the Northeast. So we have a beautiful, as I said, park-like campus, but it only takes about 5 minutes to travel to Lancaster City, which is the city that we're located close to. According to US standards, it is a medium-sized city of about 100,000, and you can get there in 5 minutes. And there you have an array of cafes, galleries, museums, shopping. And if that's not enough for you, then you have the Amtrak station, which is our train station, located right there. And if you look at the map here that I've provided, it would only take you an hour to get to Philadelphia, or as we call it, Philly. We're just 45 minutes from Harrisburg, which is also home to the Hershey Chocolate Factory. And we are just about 2 hours from Washington, D.C. Also, we are just about 3.5 hours from New York City by train. Or actually, it's 3 hours by train. So if you look at the map, you're going to see that there's airports all around. So in terms of finding reasonable flights, whether that means costs or having, flights that will get you there sooner rather than later, we have a great location. So many of our students are able to really find what fits them best, whether they're coming from Brazil or they're coming from United Arab Emirates. So we're happy to be able to offer that kind of great location. All right, a little bit more about Millersville University. So we are the first of the 14 public universities in Pennsylvania. Many of you might be familiar with the SUNY system, the State University of New York system. We are like that, but for the state of Pennsylvania, we are PASHE, the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education. So much like SUNY, we are always trying to offer students the most affordable cost that we can for higher education. So we were founded in 1855. We have a lot of history here at Millersville University. So we're very proud of the fact that we've been able to maintain our history. Our campus, as I said, it's very beautiful and park-like, but all of our facilities are very modern on the inside. So we are considered to be a medium-sized university for US standards. We do have approximately 8,000 undergraduate and graduate students total. About 7,000 of those students are going to be studying in one of our undergraduate bachelor's degree programs, and 1,000 of those students are going to be studying in one of our master's degree programs as graduate students. Our MU student body is increasingly diverse. We have a huge goal to bring more students, not just exchange students, but students across the globe to pursue their degree here at Millersville, and we've been successful in that. Many of the students, they come and visit campus, and that's kind of when they fall in love. So, at this time, if it's not feasible for you to make a trip to the US or you're not here just touring around, I do encourage students to take a virtual tour of the university to get a better idea of what the campus is like. So we do represent 34 states and 64 countries currently. And as I mentioned before, our campus is just 3 miles from Lancaster City. All right, so getting into academics, the meat of why you would be attending a university. We do now have 4 different colleges which house all of our majors. So we have the College of Science and Technology. This is home to majors such as biology, chemistry, and applied engineering and technology management. So we are really excited that we've been able to develop pre-professional tracks within our College of Science and Technology that really prepare you for the field upon graduation. So many of our programs, such as applied engineering and technology management, do have 100% job placement rating upon graduation. Also, very exciting that our robotics team has won the National Robotics Championship. This was about 3 years ago. We were competing with some very competitive schools, Ivy League schools. So we're very proud that our students are able to compete at that level and bring home a championship. We also have the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. This is the college that houses the largest number of our majors. And I'm actually a graduate of this college. I have a Bachelor of Arts. Also, we have the College of Education and Human Services. So as I mentioned, we were founded in 1855 as a normal institute, which is a school for teachers. So now we are really on the forefront of professional development for educators, and we're really proud of some of the specialized tracks that we do offer within the College of Education and Human Services. We have applied disability studies, we have an educational studies option, so it's not just about, okay, I want to go to school and become a teacher. It could be that you want to create your own program within education. So whether you would like to focus on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math curriculum development for younger kids, that's a possibility. So our College of Education is very versatile and really on the forefront of, like I said, professional development. And we have a new College of Business that has been created. So we currently have several tracks under our business program, whether it's management, marketing, finance, as well as we have a lot of business programs under our economics program. So we're looking to expand and have more master's degrees as well under the College of Business. Now, exploratory program, although this is not a separate college, we would just like to take the word is stigma, the bad reputation, as you might kind of translate that, around being undeclared. So instead of calling you undeclared or undecided, you do have the option to go into exploratory program. For international students, upon admission, if you're really not sure what you want to do, we do ask that you declare a major for visa purposes, so that when you go for your visa interview, you do have a plan of what you would think you would like to do. However, if you would like to then take exploratory classes, then that is fine. It gives you an opportunity to network, to get to know different departments, different students, before you finally declare your major. One of the great flexibilities about Millersville is that we don't lock you into a major. So just because you are, say, admitted as a business management major, we will not say that you cannot switch. So within the first 2 years, if you would like to change your program of study, that is definitely an option. Also, we do have an honors college. This is for students that are interested in doing graduate level work or more advanced research level work during their undergraduate years. If you're interested, please do apply. We have more flexibility with international students because maybe you're not taking the same SATs or your GPA is translated a little differently. So if you look on the website, don't be discouraged by the criteria. If you're interested, please do go ahead and apply. So the way that the Honors College works is that you do have to take a certain number of honors courses to graduate with honors. Okay, so one of the questions I got ahead of time was, how many undergraduate programs of study do you have? And I think I addressed this in the intro, but we have over 100. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but as you can see here, we have a pretty good balance of both humanities and social sciences, as well as STEM fields. So, you know, as I said before, you are not locked into a major once you apply. There is some flexibility, which is the great thing about many universities in the US. Also, if you would like to double major, for example, like myself, I did international studies and Spanish, then it's possible. A big question that I get is, are you still able to get done in 4 years? Well, it depends. If you put together things that are similar, then your courses could double count. But if you pick two very different things like physics and, you know, English, then you might be at Millersville for a little bit longer because your courses will not double count. So you don't have to decide that right away. If you feel that you're interested in two different things, you can always add a major on later, or a minor. So people ask, what is a minor? A minor is basically chopping the core courses that you would have to take to get a degree in that major in half, and that would give you a minor. So usually they're about 18 credits or 6 extra higher level courses to get a minor. All right, I'm going to move on now to graduate programs of study. So we do have several graduate programs of study listed here. We have had a lot of, these are the ones that we've had a lot of interest in from international students. We actually have more graduate programs than what are listed here, but because of basically immigration issues and you needing to be on site versus between several campuses, these are the ones that we call international student friendly. So what is different with graduate programs is that we do have different criteria per program. So whereas undergraduate admissions, you can apply towards any major. The admissions office, myself included, is reviewing their file and moving it forward. With graduate programs or master's degree programs, each coordinator of the program is reviewing your file and seeing if you meet the criteria. So we have different deadlines and dates for applying for each of these programs, which are listed here. The main thing to keep in mind is that the majority of them are rolling admission, meaning we don't have an application deadline. We don't have an application deadline for undergraduate programs. But the ones that do are going to be clinical psychology and school psychology. So if you're interested in those, then that would be something that you would want to start looking into and getting your application ready for now. Okay, so just to go down the list here of these a little bit, the clinical psychology program has been very popular amongst international students. I had two graduate assistants that did graduate from the clinical psychology program, and they're very, very prepared to go into the field and start. Some work in a therapeutic setting, some work in hospitals. So that is a very strong degree to have to break into psychology. Then we have the Master of Science of School Psychology. So psychology within the school systems is very different. That's a great program. And as I said, we started off as an educational school for teachers. So now our school psychologists are able to get really good placements or internships and have a lot of professional experience prior to graduating. So they're very competitive in the job market. We do have the master's degree in emergency management. I do want to point out this program is completely online. So it's not something that you would need to come to the US for. You would be able to do it from wherever you're located around the world. And then we have the Master's of Science and degree in Integrated Scientific Applications. We do have a meteorology program here on campus with our own weather station. So a lot of the development of software and application of those softwares is what's going to be studied within this program. It is a very versatile field. And then we have the Masters of Arts in English. And then we have several Masters of Arts in Language and Culture. So it's basically, instead of saying Masters of Arts in German or Masters of Arts in French, we have a Masters of Arts in Language and Culture, and then you specialize in one of those languages. Also, the Masters of Arts degree in History has been very popular. And we do have several fields of Masters of Education. So we list sports management, but we have now lifted the criteria of having to have a Pennsylvania teaching license. So you are able to study in that field as well, or fields, I should say. And then we have the Master's of Science in Technology and Innovation. So many people ask, do you have computer science? No, but this would be the closest thing that we have. So if you're interested in computer science, I would encourage you to check out our Technology and Innovation program to see if the curriculum meets what you would like to study. All right, moving on to our English Language Institute. So we've had the English Language Institute for about 3 years now, and it's been really exciting to see it grow because now we are able to offer conditional admission to students. So what does that mean? Conditional admission means that if you have the academics, the grades in content areas, as well as the other application requirements, but you lack English language proficiency, you can still be admitted on the condition that you will attend our English Language Institute. So, an overview of the program is that full-time ELI students receive 18 to 22 hours per week of English instruction taught by dedicated TESOL trained instructors. This is a non-credit program, which meets the admission requirements to academic programs for both undergraduate and graduate programs. So we're really excited to be able to offer this conditional admission to international students. We do have 6 levels of the ELI program. So someone can come in with very basic English proficiency and they can still study in the program. That would be about 22 hours per week. So if you follow the arrows, you're going to see that they turn gold at level 4, because once you reach level 4, you can actually take 3 undergraduate college credits that go towards a degree program. And at level 5, you can take 6 undergraduate college degree credits. And at level 6 as well, you can take 6 undergraduate college degree credits. So some students are applying for conditional admission to get into a specific program. Some students are simply applying to increase their English proficiency and they don't have any plans to pursue a degree. Both are options. I will say our program is very supportive and very comprehensive in terms of giving you what you need to be successful in the classroom with academic English, but also offering a lot of cultural excursions, both on and off campus. So we do have, for example, a monthly tea time where we explore a different region of the world and how they celebrate a specific holiday. So we've celebrated Diwali during tea time, Lunar New Year, Christmas in the US, and we make cookies. So So it's really something that we've created to build community and also integrate students into the university, because we don't want language to be a barrier. We want it to be an opportunity for you here. So again, here are some of the criteria to apply. You can find them online as well. It's basic, pretty basic. We try to make it easy for you. It's the application, transcripts, proof of English proficiency. You don't necessarily have to provide this. You can take our MU placement test upon arrival, but sometimes students just want to have an idea of where they stand before they fly across the globe and then, you know, take a placement test. So although our placement test is different than the TOEFL or IELTS would give you a good idea of what your language level is before you arrive. And then we do need proof of financial support. This is not just for ELI students. This is for all student types, which we'll talk about a little bit more. And also we would need a copy of your passport biographical page. Okay, getting into more fun stuff, student life. We really have a robust student life here on campus. We have over 150 clubs and organizations, for everything from honor societies to Greek life, which is, you might know them as fraternities or sororities, marching band, color guard. So if there's not something in one of those 150 programs that you can be a part of, then you can create your own club, which might be how we ended up with so many. So it's really easy to get involved here on campus and make friends as well. We are known for being a quite welcoming campus. Learning support services. So we do offer a lot of learning support services. Along with the English Language Institute, we do offer tutoring services just for students that are, you know, not conditional admits, and not just international students, but for all of our students, we offer tutoring services. We offer a writing center and a digital learning studio. So help is never far. And many people ask us about our clubs and organizations. What are they known for? I would say that regardless of what the main focus of the club or organization is, we are known for volunteering. So we do have a lot of student or volunteer service hours logged as a university. So we're very proud of that. We do give back a lot to the community, whether it's planting a garden or cleaning up trash or developing mentoring programs. We do a lot for the community as a university. The other thing about student life here is there is a lot of opportunities for student employment, which is a big question. Yes, you can work on campus. Specifically, international students can work up to 20 hours per week on campus. So it's usually not hard to find a position. Many of our students start off in places like dining, and then they do a little bit of networking and then find that there's a department that would really be a good fit for them to help them grow professionally. And also, so then it's the best of both worlds, you know, the university department gains and the students also gain experience. Okay, successful alumni. We have several successful alumni. I won't go through all of these, but just to show you, Hugh Herr was the inventor of the first bionic foot and calf system, Millersville alum. Heather Neary is the CEO of Auntie Anne's Pretzels. It's one of the biggest pretzel companies in the US. So those of you that do make your way to Pennsylvania will see that that food item, pretzel, is very big here. And so we have several others as well that are great alumni that are listed here and are not listed here. I think the big thing to keep in mind is that our career services office is available to students once they step foot on campus. So it's not just about waiting until you are a senior or in your final year of college. You are able to take advantage of career services from the moment that you step foot on campus as a student. And they will help you provide a 4-year career plan, critique your resume, do mock interviews, and we also have a lot of job fair and internship fairs here on campus. So while we don't guarantee placements upon graduation, we do offer the resources to students to take advantage of building themselves up as a professional, not just as a student, from the time that they become a student here at Millersville. Okay, housing and residential life. So as I said, I'm a Millersville alum, but I do get a little bit jealous on this piece. We no longer have dorms where you share one room with another person and then there's a communal bathroom at the end of the hallway. Now you pretty much have your own apartment or suite on campus. They're really nice, as you can see from the pictures I've provided here. And there's still a really good balance of community and being able to have your own space. So I think that's what's really been important to our students. Each of the residence halls do have resident assistants that provide programming within the halls. And there's an aerial shot here on the left-hand side, and there's a beautiful green space in between all of the residence halls, and you'll see students out there having picnic, reading, playing games, throwing a frisbee, and then at the very head of the residence halls, that's the dining hall. So you're never far from food on campus, never more than probably about 5 minutes from food. So we have a great buffet style eatery. We have grab and go pizza, burgers. We have a smoothie bar. We have various cafes around campus. So there's a lot of options for students. And we also make accommodations for different dietary needs. Okay, so applying as an undergraduate. So I will just go quickly through this. We are pretty flexible in our admission of students, or I should say in the application process. For first-year students, we do not have a deadline, so we do encourage students to apply by May if they are interested in fall, meaning an August entry term. We require online application. You can apply through the common application. You can apply through our Millersville application, which is a little shorter. But if you are applying to several universities at once, we do recommend the common application. We do need official high school transcripts with certified English translations if they are not in English. And these next few things are not strict cutoffs, but on average, our students have about a 3.0 GPA from high school, but that's not to say that we haven't accepted a 2.7 or a 2.8. So please don't be discouraged if you don't have a 3.0 GPA, apply. We look at the whole student. So we'll look at, SAT scores, TOEFL, your essay, and any other extracurricular activities that you might have been involved in. Okay, so for regular admission, meaning that you don't want to come through the English Language Institute and just go right into credit-bearing courses that count towards a degree program, we require a 70 on the TOEFL or a 6.0 on the IELTS. It is not required that you take the SAT or the ACT, but what we say is if English is not going to affect your ability to perform on the SAT or ACT, we encourage you to do so because it makes you more competitive for scholarships. So that being said, we don't require all 4. We just need one, either the TOEFL, the IELTS, SAT, or ACT from you. Okay, we also need the source of funds form. This basically says that you can pay for 1 year of study in the US along with your living expenses, books, health insurance. So we call that the sources of funds form, and that's something that you need to complete and also supply a bank statement or a proof of funds. Last, we need a copy of your passport, which is pretty basic. Okay, transfer students. So we are very transfer friendly. We have students that transfer to us after 1 semester at community college. We have students that transfer to us after 2 years. We have students that come to us that would like to complete a 2nd degree. So we work pretty flexibly with our transfer students. So what do they need again? Online application, academic requirement for us not to look at your high school and just at the college level credits that you've completed is that they need to be 12 transferable credits, okay, with the minimum of a 2.0 GPA. So if you can meet that requirement, we don't need to look at high school. So we can just look at your college credits. Another benefit that we offer transfer applicants is that if you are transferring from a university, let's say from Brazil, after 2 years, we just need you to get that translated to English, and we will do the evaluation of the credits. So that often saves students about $200, which has been a really great benefit we've been able to offer students. Okay, along with that, we need the source of funds form and a copy of your passport. Okay, so applying as a graduate student. As I said, these may vary per program, but we do need a goal statement, official academic transcripts. Again, we will evaluate the certified English translations, so no problem there. We do need a graduate admission test, but this varies based on the program. So depending if you're taking clinical psychology or a master's of English, they might require a different graduate admission test. Proof of English language proficiency. For regular admission, it is an 80 or a 6.5 on the IELTS. And then we need 3 letters of recommendation, typically, a copy of your passport biographical page, and proof of financial support. Okay, so just showing you the value of a Millersville education. We do have an automatic tuition reduction for international students. So as you'll see here, we put the in-state cost of how much it would cost students that are a Pennsylvania resident and tuition fees, which is $12,250. We do offer a $6,000 out-of-state international tuition reduction on our out-of-state tuition fees. So instead of charging $22,220, we charge $16,220. So that is only a $4,000 difference between in-state and out-of-state for international students. If you compare that to the typical private college, you're going to see a huge difference there. The average private college costs about $35,830. Looking at our room and board, that is going to stay, doesn't matter if you're in-state or out-of-state. That does include the meal plan, which you have, as I mentioned, several options to eat around campus, as well as being in, so this is reflective of staying in an apartment with one other roommate. You would have your own bathroom, and your own you would share a common space as well. You'd share a common space in a bathroom, and you would have your own bedroom space. Okay, we also offer for transfer students, a tuition reduction as well. So you would see here that instead of $22,000, if you're transferring in from another university, you would save $4,000. So that cost would be about $18-some thousand per academic year. I get the question a lot. Does this stay with me for all 4 years? Yes. For the freshman reduction, it stays with you for 4 years. You don't have to apply for it. We see that you're coming from out of state or internationally, we reduce your tuition. For transfers, it stays with you for 3 years. So you'll see the total cost approximately is going to be about 30-some thousand for freshmen and about 32,000 for transfers per year, including room and board. Okay, well, I'm going to share one of our students' perspective. Her name is Darian Miller, and I'm just going to go grab her from the other room, and she'll be able to talk to you about her experience here at Millersville.
Hello, my name is Darian Miller. I graduated last May 2019 with a Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, and I'll be graduating this May with a Master's in Social Work. So I am the graduate student intern for Title IX office here on campus, and I'm also the graduate assistant for international admissions. So I chose Millersville because it really has a lot to offer to students. First, the location of the university allows students the opportunity to explore new areas and have a diverse setting to study in. Millersville is close to Lancaster City, and there's also rural areas as well. But there's a lot of suburb shopping areas and just restaurants, places to hang out, but also hospitals, doctor's office. So just a lot of resources that students can utilize. And Millersville is also near cities like Philadelphia, DC, New York. So it's really nice as students to be able to go explore when you get the chance to. Millersville has excellent programs of study as well. So I had many family and friends who attended Millersville. And for my department, you know, they said that the program was really great and the professors were really nice as well, which I've had nothing but wonderful experiences working with them. And my experience at Millersville has been really rewarding. When I arrived at Millersville, I transferred in my sophomore year. So I came in 2017 and I was a little nervous, but everyone was really welcoming, really friendly, and I felt like it was a perfect fit at that time, and I still do, which is why I've continued my education here. There is just a really diverse population of students on campus, and to me, that shows me that Millersville is inclusive and is looking to just include different types of students, which is great. That we have a ton of clubs and organizations. So when I came in, I felt like I was able to find people who shared similar interests with me. And that was really great because I didn't just feel like, you know, another student here on campus. I really felt like part of the community. And so while I've been at Millersville, I've joined clubs within my program. So the social work club, I joined Greek life, and I had a leadership role in both of those clubs. And then these experiences have helped me prepare for future professional work. And at Millersville, I've been able to work with multiple nonprofit organizations. I mentored teens at a local high school, studied abroad, gained an internship. So as long as you're willing to be open, it's been a really great experience, and I've had a lot of opportunities to excel in my educational life and personal life. And that has made my future a lot brighter because Millersville has provided me with all these opportunities and also so many connections. I've met with, you know, so many other students who have different fields of study, people within my own program that I can, you know, work with later in the future. And also just professors and faculty, staff, the connections I've made with them are going to help me in my career, and also just being able to grow as a person and learn about myself more professionally. So yeah, that's me.
right, thank you so much, Darian.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, well, I hope that you enjoyed hearing from a current student. And if you have any questions for her, you can definitely put those in the Q&A box. And, she, as she mentioned, works in our international admissions office. So she would be able to get back to you as well with her experiences. But I'm glad that she was able to share those. Okay, so are there any other questions that you would like to type out? I'm gonna see here if there was any questions in the Q&A comments. Okay, well, what I have done is, let me go back. So what I have done is kind of compiled some of your questions that many of you had submitted ahead of time. So, because I'm sure that many of you maybe weren't able to attend the live recording. So I was just going to go into some frequently asked questions and answer those for you here and now. So many students ask if we offer scholarships. So yes, we do. On top of the tuition reduction, we do offer merit-based scholarships, and we also offer athletic scholarships. So the way that it works is that, as an international student, you would get either the freshman reduction or the transfer reduction. Depending on your GPA or SAT score, we look at all of our applicants against one another. And we're trying to award the most amount of money to the most amount of students. So what we find is that the awards are going to be between $2,000 to $5,000 per year. So on top of, a tuition reduction, maybe some students would get a $2,000 award. So that would take their cost down after the tuition reduction to $16,000. And then it would take it down to about $14,000 if they got a merit-based scholarship. So those are renewable for 2 to 4 years. If you do play a sport and you would like to be considered to play on the team, first of all, then you should reach out to that coach, because every sport is different. And each sport has different criteria that they are looking to fill in terms of their applicants. So reach out to the coach and also apply to Millersville, but reach out to the coach, make yourself known, see what they would like, and then they will communicate directly with me if there's any scholarship offer from their end. So I think that in a nutshell kind of describes scholarships. I think that's the biggest question that I get. And so if you have any questions on that, please feel free to respond again to my email. Exchange program. So yes, we do offer several exchange programs. Specifically with Brazil were the questions that I was getting, is that no, we don't have a specific exchange program with Brazil. However, any student can come here as a non-degree student. And what that means is that if you would like to come for a semester and take a certain number of courses to transfer back to your university, then you can do that. So you would just apply as a non-degree international student, and then you would just pay for your courses, pay for your credits, and figure out housing, and you're welcome to attend Millersville. And we've had students that have done that. Another question that I have is working on campus as an international student. So I believe I answered this a little bit more. Yes, we do have several opportunities to work on campus. Per the federal immigration guidelines, students can work up to 20 hours per week on campus. Some of our students, we have so many international students working in our international office. We have so many native or domestic students working in our international office. Dining is a big area that we have a lot of students working in, but really the possibilities are endless. We also have students that have paid internships per their program requirements. So let's say they're a business major, they're required to complete an internship. That is a way that a student could work off campus paid, is that if that is a paying internship. But it has to be connected to the program. So that's a major question that I get as well. All right. And also, do you have an orientation for international students? Yes, we do. We are fortunate enough to be able to pick our students up from the airport from the first time that they arrive as new students. We give you a few possibilities of airports to fly into to do that. We pick you up, we bring you to campus. You can arrive as much as 30 days prior to the beginning of classes. So we would just work that out with you, that you have housing set up. We pick you up, we give you a several long day orientation that's specific to international students, helping you both navigate campus, understanding cultural expectations within the classroom, as well as immigration expectations. So you're going to have something called an I-20, and you need to make sure that that is in order when you leave and enter the country. So the International Programs and Services Office is there to help you through that. And we've been lucky that most of our students have been able to understand the process behind it. So, yeah, no big issues. Are there any other questions? And if not, I'll hand it back over to Stav.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Smita, for the webinar and obviously all the information that students can get for Millersville University is on our website, viva-mundo.com. And if you always have any other questions, please do email Smita and she will get back to you as soon as possible. It was great having you, Smita. How did you find it?
Thank you.
Great. All right. Well, I will say good night to all of you. Bye.